Everybody please stand. We'll call to order the council meeting of October 2nd, 2018. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it
stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
A quorum is present for the City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, and Finance Authority.
Can any persons wishing to address the City Council on any matter on today's agenda may do so at this time? Hearing no comment. Oh, please. Hearing no comment, we'll close public comment. Did you call the parking authority?
No, because we don't have anything for
See,
parking.
there you go. So item one, good job, Yvonne. Item one, CSA 1 and H1.
Warrant register.
Who will allow payment of the bills?
Second.
Madam Clerk.
City Council, Successor Agency, and Housing Authority members, Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Butts.
Aye. Consent calendar, items 2 through 14.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members, Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. A1.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. Closed session. This is CS1, confidential attorney-client privilege, city council conference with legal counsel regarding pending litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1 of the Government Code. Name of the case, Pruitt v. City of Inglewood et al., case number BC 661436, discussions held, directions given. CS2, closed session, confidential, attorney-client privilege, city council conference with legal counsel regarding anticipated litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D2, workers' compensation claims of Stacy Pruitt. First claim number 16-125844, ADJ number 10407084, and the second claim number 16-126312, ADJ number 10407083, discussions held and directions given. And that concludes the city attorney's closed session report.
You know, that's longer than Ken has done for the last 5 meetings combined. A2, that's where you say no oral reports.
Oh, I'm sorry, no oral reports, yeah.
All right. CM1,
No reports, city manager, from the city manager.
CT1, and we can only hope.
C1.
Oh, wait a minute, CC1.
Thank you. I did want to say something. A couple things, actually. The first thing I want to talk about is election season. It brings out the worst in some people, not all, but a question had came up to my office, and the question was, who determines the place on the ballot, the names, the candidates? And does the clerk do that? And no, we don't. I just want to make that clear. We do not just randomly pick a name. It is done by the Secretary of State, and it's done by alphabetical order. And I just wanted to kind of clear the air with that, because I had like a nasty call, and you know, you can tell the truth, but some people don't like the truth. And so I just wanted to clear the air for everybody to know that the Secretary of State chooses by a random drawing, and I have the letter from them, and I just want to read the first paragraph, it's okay. In accordance with Election Code Section 13112B1CI, the Secretary of State's office conducted a drawing of the letter of the alphabet to determine the randomized alphabet for the use in the above election, and that above election is for November the 6th. And listed below is the official order of letters for the determining placement of candidates' names on the ballot. So there you go. That's the truth. And the other thing that I wanted to just share is we have just a couple more weeks left until October 22nd. So if you're not registered to vote, please get registered, and you can do that in several places: the city clerk's office, the Department of Motor Vehicle. You could do it online. You could do it with the Los Angeles County Register Recorder's Office. So thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you. CT1.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to let the council and the public know I did purchase Federal Home Loan Credit Bond, Federal Farm Credit Bond today at it's $2 million. And these are for bonds that have been called. For example, I might buy a 5-year bond with a year of call protection. If that bond is called within 1 year, then it goes back into the source to utilize those funds later on. So this was an excellent bond at 3.34, and it was purchased through Piper Jaffray Company. So that bond is a 5-year bond with 1 year of call protection. And also, I want to remind the public, again, the City Treasurer Student Academy program will be starting on October the 18th. Again, we give an overview of the city government, teach them about finances, the Rule of 72, and a lot of things they simply do not learn, you see, in school. And I've been doing this program now for 14 years, and I've had a number of the staff members that have gone through the program, still waiting for Councilman Morales' sons to go through it. They're still young enough, and so I will keep bugging him until I get those boys in the program.
We have to move the schedule around a little bit.
And also just a special thank also to my city clerk, who's always contributed to the program. She gave me $100, which will pay for the pizzas. And Councilman Morales also gave me $80, will also pay for the pizzas. And Councilman Padilla is always
Look,
there.
I'm going down the car, and I'm going to get a $100 bill for you. I'm tired of hearing about it. It's happening. It's going down when we're done. All right? I want you to mention me, too.
We have just heard the mayor says he's going to give me $100.
Do 150.
Oh, my
Anybody
God.
else? Anybody else? Also, Councilman Dotson also says he will also be contributing to the program. And I just want to, also talk about a very good article that I saw yesterday about Inglewood home values are soaring. Just an excellent article, and it's some of the things that it pointed out. But it says, but what about the city around it? Home values in Inglewood are rising quickly. Between January 16th, when the NFL agreed to let the Rams Chargers locate to Inglewood, and June of this year, the median homes in the city of Inglewood jumped 37.3% to 542,101. And my neighborhood just sold for $700,000 last week. And also, they said that Inglewood home values went up in 2 years, leading to up to 2016 as well, but at a rate closer to that of the rest of the county. The county's only like 17% compared to Inglewood, 37.3%.
You're not helping.
And it goes on to say that in less than 7 years, the median price of homes in Inglewood has more than doubled. More than doubled. And the home that I bought, some years ago, that home has gone up more than 30-fold. 30-fold. And it goes on to say, it's not just the stadiums that's enticing home buyers, says Stuart Gabriel, who wrote this article, director of UCLA's Lyman Center for Real Estate. It's the arrival of Crenshaw LAX rail line, which is set to open next year, along with the proposed arena. And it goes on to say that the city's location, close to the beach cities of the South Bay. And of course, we're within 4 miles of all of the freeways. All of the freeways. Because I could go on and on and
Yes,
on, but I
you
know
could.
the mayor is looking at the clock, so I will stop there. But again, I want to thank all of the staff and everyone who has supported this program. Also, the staff has just been wonderful, too, in doing the tours and all of that. So I really appreciate these financial contributions. Thank you again, Mayor.
Thank you so much.
And
for
thank
that.
you, Councilman Morales.
Thank
Thank you, Councilman Padilla. And thank you, Councilman Dotson. And thank you, Councilman Franklin, because you've always also been very supportive. And Mr. Fields, did you raise your hand? That concludes my report. Thank you.
Okay. CSA 2,
Approval of the minutes for successor agency meeting held on September 18th, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Successor agency members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. We'll adjourn the successor agency. Housing Authority is already in session. H2.
Approval of the minutes for the Housing Authority meeting held on September 18th, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Housing Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. We'll adjourn the Housing Authority. The Finance Authority is already in session. F1.
Approval of the minutes for the Finance Authority meeting held on September 18th, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Finance Authority members, Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. We'll adjourn the Finance Authority. There's no appointments to Boards and Commission. Public comment. Anyone wishing to address the council on any item on today's agenda may do so at this time. Not on the agenda may do so at this time.
Hi, Mayor and Council. I wanted to invite everybody out to our Coffee with a Cop tomorrow night. It starts at 5 o'clock from 5 to 7 at Randy's, the Big Randy's Donut. Come on out. I know it's going to be rain, but rain or shine, we'll be out there. Okay?
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Cheryl Matthews, and I'm coming before you all with a question. I've been trying to find out through the different departments who would handle or where we would need to go or what we need to do to address the traffic issues along the Van Ness corridor. Some kind of soundproofing program or sound insulation similar to what we have for the airport noise. That seems to be the only department we have that handles any kind of noise or traffic complaints. And along the Van Ness corridor, for anybody who lives along that area, you know that with the 4 freeways that were just announced in all the construction, we've got an awful lot of traffic and the noise is non-ending. You can't keep your windows open anymore. You know, it's just gotten to the point where your sleep is disrupted. And I just want to know whether or not there's something we can do or whether I need to get signatures, petitions, find a company that you guys would approve to do a noise study. I don't know whether you've done them. So I just would like to propose that and find out if out of all the other departments or if there's another avenue I should pursue.
Thank you, ma'am. What part of Venice do you live on?
78th Street.
Ma'am, as far as it relates to noise insulation, the FAA probably 30 years ago did a study, and they've since updated it some years ago to determine what's called noise contours by doing decibel testing to see who would apply for sound insulation. If you're in those contours, then you would have received an invitation letter. If you didn't, you're not. And so there will be no FAA and LAWA funded sound insulation. However, the good news is that the companies that do the sound insulation for those approved areas are available to do them for anyone's residence. They charge between $20,000 and $22,000 to soundproof your home, add air conditioning if you don't, and so on and so forth. So that would be something you could do to improve your home and improve its value. As it relates to traffic, you would call the police department or your councilman and tell them what the issues are, and they will transmit the complaint about traffic to the police department for enforcement.
I know with Van Ness being such a busy corridor, you know, things like speed bumps and other traffic signals, those kind of things don't apply.
Right.
But is there some way we can maybe limit the speed limit? Because people use it like the Autobahn.
Well, actually, the speed limit has already been set by a traffic survey, and if there are speeders, then we would have enforcement and we would have motorcycle officers come out.
Okay. Can we look at possibly the flashing sign that says you're going?
Ma'am, there's a lot of things we can do, but
Okay,
we
all right.
can't do them all today.
I
But like I
understand.
said, so call your councilman, and we'll work with you.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Perfect. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. My name is Mary Moore, and I've lived in Inglewood for over 40 years, the great city of Inglewood. Anyway, I have a complaint about a mini mart that has applied for a new liquor license at the corner of Florence and Locust,
416 to 420 Florence Avenue. Now, it was a mini mart owned by another person, but now the owner's name is Otham Salah Aziz. He's opening up a it's called the Smoke Shop Mini Mart, High Mo's. I didn't know about liquor licenses, how many there's supposed to be in Inglewood. But there's a smoke shop right next to it. And I don't know what they're doing in there because it's by appointment only at night. Next door to a salon.
Okay, ma'am, we're at time, but I believe you're.
But anyway, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry at all. You're in Councilman Dodson's district. He's discussed that with me actually today, and so if you want to call him and sit down with him, we'll be glad to arrange that. All right, thank you. Yes.
I already told this to Mr. Tucker. Mr. Tucker, would you please talk to her?
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Jerilyn Martinez. I live at 9531 South Fifth Avenue, Inglewood, California. Mr. Dotson is my area rep. My family and I, we decided to build a fence because the traffic was getting out of control. I have young children. We did our due diligence. We came, we did the dig alert, we got our permits, we did everything as per protocol. Now, someone called, our fence is almost finished. By Mayor on Saturday.
I did see it. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
All right.
So someone from the building department called us yesterday to say that we need to tear down our fence because it's within the public space.
Right away.
But throughout this entire process, we came several times before the walls was getting ready to come up. I came personally and I said, please, I need someone to come out to give us the okay to say if our walls are ready to go up. They said to me, as long as we fall under 7 feet, we are okay. So I need desperately for someone to
Let me ask you a quick
follow up.
question.
So
When you were going to build this fence, did you bring plans
I did,
to the
and
city?
I got the permit.
Okay, right, and you got the permit. And so when you brought those plans in, you told them exactly where you were going to plant that wall, right? And did you plant that wall exactly where the plan said?
Yes, sir. Code enforcement, Public Works, they came through as this process was going on. Everybody said, well, good job. Someone, Miss Haynes, to be exact, came from Code Enforcement yesterday and said she could not see where we are making this violation.
Okay. Well, Chris Jackson is the director of planning, and I don't know if there's anybody from planning here right now, but if you
Chris
go,
right there. Chris Jackson.
Chris is here.
Chris is here. Chris is going to take you outside and have a confab with you, right as we real live. All right. So why don't you go outside with Mr. Jackson right now?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Enforcement and Public Works, perfect.
Alonzo Parker Jr., Vietnam veteran, 66, 67. Also a conscious objector. I don't have to go through my spiels no more for 5 years. I've been doing it. You read it every day. What these presidents, commander-in-chiefs, and your politicians have been doing is trashing your military records. In other words, sanitizing your records of your military service and supplanting them with this desktop publication, which came about 1981 through, actually 71 through your medical records. But Vietnam veteran records basically were prior to, in the 60s. These were done on typewriters in the old-fashioned typesetting and what have you, not on digital. All these phony records they've been using, and you can't see. And even if you get a lawyer to see them, they're redacted so bad, the lawyer don't know what he's looking at. Ladies and gentlemen, the number is 323-842-3363. As you know about Trump, I don't have to tell you about him. Trump is not your problem. Every last president, commander-in-chief, secretary of state, from 71 when J. Edgar Hoover died, has been trashing your documents, this crap, and anybody that bought into it under that, we bought into it, and you did not immediately report it to those people that were vetted, you're in violation, and they are in violation of not only the domestic, but the international security clearance, and they should be
Oh, you know,
tried.
Mr. Parker, we're at time. I'm sorry.
Their security clearance.
Miss,
Can I have
Mr.
10 more
Parker,
seconds?
no, sir. Mr. Parker, you're been over a minute.
Oh, man, they talking to you about court. You told me lawyers don't go to jail.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Go ahead.
Mayor Butts and George Dotson, my councilman, that got my sidewalk fixed after 20 years, but thank you anyway. Anyway, I'm just here to thank Inglewood. I've been here since 1972 on 11th Avenue, and I'm here to suggest, if you might already have planned, something to recognize the citizens of Inglewood on this new project we're building. The new arena, the new football stadium. I would think that if it's some way possible that any citizen of Inglewood with a driver's license, any kind of registration, could get maybe some kind of discount for the first game there, or be the first one in the stadium to have a celebration, an Inglewood Appreciation Night, something to show the citizens that everything is appreciated for what we are going through to have this, welcome these new tenants here.
What's your name, sir?
Oscar Forney.
Oscar, great minds think alike, and fools seldom differ. So we're about to see which one it is. We have already arranged that before the stadium opens, that any Inglewood resident with proof of residency will go to an open house before the games start to see the stadium, to see all the amenities, and we hope to have it catered. And you know, we're not going to be able to get you free football tickets, but
We understand.
but we will let you be the first in the door.
That's exactly what we want.
Well,
Thank
there
so
you
much.
go.
Thank you, guys.
That's,
Hello, Mayor, City Council, staff, and citizens of Inglewood. I just couldn't pass up the perfect segue. I was speaking with the city manager before the meeting started, and I was mentioning one of our residents who went and made good. Her name is Brandy. And wow, Brandy, like brandy, it stays in the keg and mellows for 20 years. It's a great brandy. Well, I got to thinking. I said, you know what? When that stadium opens, gentlemen, she should be the first to sing the national anthem in that stadium, Mayor. What say you?
I'll work on it, buddy.
Hey!
But, Mr. Davis, you're gonna have to email me so I don't forget, right? You're gonna email me so I don't forget, right? All right. All right.
It's also Miguel.
All right.
Hi, good afternoon, Mayor and Council. I'm happy to be here, and I thank you all so much for the service that you're already doing. My name is Elizabeth Burks. I am the founder, CEO of Hummingbird Butterfly Productions. It's a film production company, and I'm working right now in collaboration with Broken Barriers and Rich Center for Prosperity, which is a veterans organization. We're hosting a cultural fair, outdoor stage play and sporting event on November 10th at Edward Vinson Park. We've already been approved by the Permit and Licensing Office, and so now we're here to talk about fees. I've reached out to all of your offices, and we have heard back from Padilla. I appreciate that, Councilman, to say that you would like to stop by. However, we are reaching out to the rest of you. I'd love to talk to you as well more after this meeting, but we do have substantial fees, $15,000. The purpose of the event is to bring together folks of different cultural backgrounds, to bring the kids together and showcase our art. And so this outdoor stage play is an amazing opportunity to bring us together. And we also have the LA Rams, LA Chargers, and LA Galaxy who will be there setting up inflatables. It's a free event open to the public, so we'd love for everyone to be there. And so what we're asking is if we could have any kind of help in waiving the fees for the amphitheater. Right now it's $4,284. That includes for the staffing. And then we also have other fees upwards of $15,000.
We can't guarantee that, but Ms. Barnes is right
Burks.
here. Miss Sabrina
Ms. Barnes
Barnes.
is here?
Yeah, she's here, and she's going to take you out in the hallway and tell you exactly exactly what we cannot do.
Okay.
Exactly
and then,
what we can and cannot do. One more thing.
Okay, so if obviously fees are number one because we are working through a nonprofit organization, but we also would love for all of you to be there. We would love for you, Mayor Butts, to welcome the folks, and we are honoring the vets, and we'd like for you to be that person to do
Love
that.
to be there. And so,
Okay.
so when you leave with Sabrina, would you go talk to Kathy across the hallway too?
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Thank
All
you.
right.
My name is Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood, California. You know, about 7.5 years ago, I went out on Central Boulevard to meet a gentleman. And at that time, the city of Inglewood was headed downhill 100 miles an hour. So I met this gentleman with a vision. And this gentleman ran for office. And he won. Ever since he came here with a vision, this city has been going up, 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 up to the top. And ladies and gentlemen, that gentleman is Mayor James T. Butts. And he have in his vision put together 4 of the best people you would ever want to run a city. That's why this city is blooming like a rose. That's why these people have fun here. They don't fight and go on. I've been a member here for 18 years. I've sat here for 3 o'clock in the morning. Never got one agenda item passed. Now these people do their work behind.
Oh, we're time, Mr. A.G. I'm sorry. It was going so good. I was just
I didn't
lulled.
get to the good stuff.
I was lulled. I'm sorry. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, audience. I just want to open up and make an announcement and let people know that I'm the Vice President of the Inglewood South Bay NAACP, and we want the community to know that we are up, running, and hard charging. We're taking on issues in education, mental health, things like that. And we just want to make sure that people know. We've been having some very powerful meetings. We've opened up a radio show right here in Inglewood and things like that. So we just want you to know that we're here, and we, invite anyone to come out, bring your expertise. We want to do things with the youth, and we've actually made a lot of headroads, and we're making, we're making some stands. That doesn't necessarily always go with the national office, but it goes with our community office. So we just want to make sure that you know that we're here. Thank you.
Good afternoon, council members. I'm going to take the opportunity to remind you that this is not an election platform. This is a business meeting. And you so didn't take care of business, you were actually done with business 2 minutes after 2 o'clock, which meant the rest of it was not about listening to the community's input about those items you voted on. That is what this meeting is supposed to be about. And if a meeting were to last till 3 o'clock in the morning, that's because those council members were actually listening to what their constituents had to say, not behind closed doors making decisions, not subjecting their residents to having to not have input and create lawsuits, but doing it the proper way as cities across this entire region do, except for Inglewood. So as he praises you, good luck with that. I hope you enjoy where you end up, because it may not be where you plan.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. With that, we'll close public comment. We have a presentation to make for Ms. Constance Turner of Southern California Edison, and we also have a commendation for California City's Clean Air Day. Whereas air pollution contributes to a higher rate of cancer and heart and lung diseases, which adversely affects health. And whereas it is vital to protect the health and well-being of our residents, visitors, and workforce. And whereas individual actions such as not idling vehicles, walking or biking to work and school, carpooling, and conserving energy can directly improve air quality in our region. And whereas education about air quality can raise community awareness, encourage better habits, and improve our community health. And whereas Californians will be joining together across the state to clear the air on October 3rd, 2018, now therefore be it known that the mayor and council members of the city of Inglewood, California do hereby recognize California Cities for its outstanding efforts in encouraging all residents, businesses, employees, and community members in participating in Clean Air Day on October 3rd, 2018, presented the second day of October 2018. Is there a speaker?
Hey.
It is.
Welcome to the committee that's here today. We'd like to just have a moment to address council and mayor and to say thank you for partnering with the Clean Air Coalition, and actually there are some members here as well from that organization, partnering with the city of Inglewood along with the utilities, the gas company. I think you know Mike Harrell, he's my counterpart with the gas company. Melissa is actually the project manager lead here on this project. If Melissa, you want to come on up just a second? And this is not all of the committee, because there's one right there, member who won't come up, but it's a committee, a regional committee of utilities, the Clean Air Coalition, the city. There are also members that represent your school district that's on the committee, and just residential people who live here in the city on the committee, just to look at ways to clean the air. And tomorrow's event I'll let Melissa talk about, because we want everybody there tomorrow.
Hi, Melissa.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. We are planning a wonderful day tomorrow that will embrace our environment, it will embrace our citizens, and it will embrace our city employees. We have successfully decided that we would bike or ride the bus, take public transit tomorrow, if it doesn't rain. We will go to the employee lounge if it should rain, but please come out, bring your children. We have art projects from Inglewood Unified School District. I have about 47 entries as of yesterday. We will have those on display, and we will reward the children. We will let them know that we appreciate them, and we want them to be conscious of our pollution and trying to do a better job. So please come out and share the day with us tomorrow in our North Plaza from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Food trucks and kettle corn. Come on out.
Free parking over the library.
And free parking at the library lot.
Free parking. All right, would you folks step over to the city seal when you take?
Well, you got one more.
Oh, we have one
You
more.
got another speaker.
One more speaker.
I wanted to add this, Honorable Mayor, and as you notice, I put on the tie just
Mayor, I
specific for
appreciate
you,
that.
Mr. Mayor. So
I do.
I appreciate that. You like that. But on behalf of Assemblywoman Autumn Burke, we want to congratulate the city of Inglewood for hosting a Clean Air Day tomorrow. Being good stewards of our environment, man, that is very crucial to our environment. I was noticing last week they gave an index of how many days our region had a bad air day, and it was a lot of days. I can't remember how many days. It was so many, it was off the chart. I couldn't keep counting how many bad air quality days we had. So to have a Clean Air Day and to understand how the city of Inglewood has been a good steward of our environment is really something to be recognized. So we just want to stand with our partners with the Clean Air Coalition and give the city of Inglewood just a little appreciation from Assemblywoman Autumn Burke in honor of Clean Air Day. And I'll present that to the council.
Well, thank you, sir. So is it okay now if we go over to the seal and take a picture? So everybody migrate that way. Okay, now we're going to have council comments, and we're going to stay within our allotted time. Councilman Dotson, District 1.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I'd like to thank the Fifth Avenue Block Club for inviting me out for a grand eatery and a lot of dancing and music. I really had a wonderful time, and the mayor was there too. So I want to congratulate them on a wonderful block party and thank them for inviting me to be there. The other thing I was going to say is this meeting, I don't know about no, but this is the best meeting I've been since I've been on this council. You know, it's always good when people come and say good things about you. We understand that we're not going to do everything exactly like you would want it. But when we do some of the things, it would be nice if somebody would come and say, look, good job. So we understand that we're not going to get all of you. That's never going to happen. But we appreciate you who do come out and let us know that you're for us and you're with us. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming out, and have a great rest of your day.
Councilman Padilla, District 2.
Thank you, and I'm going to surprise you, Mayor. I'm not going to have any pictures up on the board today. We're going to save you some time. But, you know, I just want to thank the principal over from La Tijera Charter School. This past Saturday, we did a beautification project. Actually, they did. And I want to thank the students from UCLA that came out to show their support. A bunch of folks out there making sure that our schools were looking good. So a big shout out to UCLA and also to La Tijera Charter School and their principal, Brent Tiley. Looking forward to seeing you guys Wednesday, 5 o'clock, Coffee with the Cop over at Randy's Donuts, rain or shine. It'll be a great event. Come out. It gives us an opportunity to break bread with our police officers, our administration at the police department. They work so very hard to keep our community safe, and they put it on the line every single day. So come out, rain or shine, and let's celebrate what they're doing. Thursday, you know, a few months ago, I did a taco with the councilman over at Jose's taco place here. Well, I know this isn't in Inglewood, but it's in my old stomping grounds in Santa Monica. They're doing a taco eating contest at the Santa Monica Pier. So if you're looking for something fun to do Thursday evening at 5 o'clock, maybe we'll see you over at either at the pier or we'll see you at Dodger Stadium when the Dodgers win again.
All right.
I'm not sure what kind of tacos they are, Eloy, but I'm sure they'll be delicious. That being said, you know, I just want to make one more quick comment. You know, we got a lot of pushback when we went to the 2 o'clock meetings, and we all got kind of beat up, and I know the mayor, he took the brunt of it. But we stood our ground because we knew there was a reason why we had to do 2 o'clock meetings so we can have our staff here and folks ready to address concerns. And as you saw today, you know, it's great to be able to have people come here, they have an issue, and we can address it and put it to rest. And that's only doable because of these 2 o'clock meetings and having everybody here. So again, thank you all for coming out and enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you Wednesday night.
Councilman Franklin, District 4.
Councilman Medea, you didn't acknowledge if you were a contestant for the taco eating contest. I just want to acknowledge a couple things. The Police Community Center, known as the ICOP Center in District 4, opened up its new location in July. We have not had a telephone where you could make contact to make reservations to use the facility. We now have that new phone number, and that new phone number is 323-418-8828. That is now the new number at the Police Community Center, which is located at 2640-B, Unit B, West Imperial Highway. Same location of Imperial and Crenshaw Shopping Center, just a different site. But again, it's the new ICOP Center location with the phone number of 323-418-8828. Finally, Mayor, I'd like for you to close the meeting in honor of a dear commissioner, longtime resident of the city of Inglewood, Mrs. Herman L. Boykin, B-O-Y-K-I-N. Herman Boykin was my commissioner for 2004 to 2008. She served on the Charter Study Committee as well as the Citizen Police Oversight Commission, and also she was very active in Ardith Avenue Block Club and attended regular meetings with the town hall meetings and the block club meetings that I attended, and was very vocal on making sure she worked on improving the quality of life during her term in office, and also during her long-time residency, and she will be dearly missed. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Councilman Morales, District 3.
Thank you, Mayor. Just briefly, I'd like to thank our ROTC program across the street here at Inglewood High School. Mr. Charles Davis invited me over to the parent meeting he has, both informative, and he covers such a variety of things when he's bringing up these kids and welcoming into the program, everything from discipline to education to just being mentors to them. And it was extremely nice to see a full room of parents. And when I got a chance to talk to them, just how they felt about the city at large, extremely positive. And the questions they had, it was about, how they can get involved and how they can deal with any impacts that might be coming. So it was extremely positive conversation. Then Alex mentioned the coffee with the cop. And I also wanted to point out the fact that this is how it's supposed to work. Our staff being here, residents coming in, they have issues, and we respond the best we can and let staff do their job. Most of the time, all residents, what they want to do is bring out their issues and let us help the best way to resolve them. That's what happens. Now, it doesn't have to be that we're here all night or 6 hours. Folks know we're available in our office. We all return our phone calls. We all take meetings with residents. Whenever they need to meet, we meet. So with that, Mayor, I just wanted to point that out and say thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Morales. I'd have to tell you this about today versus yesterday. When I came on the council and when I was in Santa Monica, we had meetings from 7 to about 1 in the morning, and then in Santa Monica, all the staff would be sitting there all night long, falling asleep in the front row. And the way I got out of it was we had this issue about homeless in the parks, and there was a great deal of sympathy from, the majority on the council to let people sleep in the parks, and we had a really bad crack cocaine problem, and some of the people that pretend to be homeless were runners, and so they called me up and they said, well, Chief, why is it you think that people shouldn't be allowed to sleep in the park? It's not humane. And I said, well, some of them are flat out criminals. And that was a big headline in the paper the next day, and city manager came to me 2 days later and said, council says you don't have to come to council meetings anymore. The point that I'm making is that when council meetings run 6 and 7 hours, there's not work being done. There's politicking because you're on TV. And what amazes me is that, and I've said this before, when you compare what we've done in our meetings to other cities, first of all, the big cities and the counties, their meetings are in the daytime. So there's a lot more people. And in the last 4 years, this council and this community, when you look at the LA Phil, the NFL Network moving here, the sports teams, the forum, Girl Scouts coming here, all the events that'll be coming here, the Olympics, and working on a FIFA World Cup, the NC2A Championship, bowl game, and the Super Bowl. We've done more in 4 years in this 9-square-mile city than only 3 mega cities have done. San Francisco, New York, Los Angeles have done in a generation. A generation. And so when we get to the point what we're complaining about is 2 o'clock meetings versus 7 o'clock meetings, you know we have arrived. Police department's doing an excellent job. I mean, they are having 80% clearance rate for homicides, 8 straight years, the lowest crime in history here. We just finished a 2-year joint investigation with the police and the FBI that indicted 15 legend Crips, totally just decimating that gang. And so we don't talk about crime anymore, and nobody can say we're not paving your streets. Nobody can say we're not trimming trees. You just can't say those things. So we come here and some people just say silly stuff like, so I'm glad that we are to this point. And then when people have real concerns, we have staff right here to take them right out in the lobby. And maybe we don't solve that problem, but we can address it right away. So I'm so proud of this council because they deliver such quality service. I'm so proud of our employees, the service that they deliver. This is a top-tier city. And when we get down to the point of complaining about 2 o'clock versus 7 o'clock meetings, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived. So I want to close the meeting in the name of Herman L. Boykin, and we're adjourned. Thank you.